This advert came out in around 2015. It was first put on the London Underground, the metro or the tube. It was a billboard that was put across where the trains sort of come in, and it was really controversial at the time. And there were a lot of the billboards got graffiti sprayed all over them, and stuff like that. So many people really didn't like the advert. And then the advert got sent around social media, and people started tweeting about it. And then it ended up appearing on major news networks like ABC News. And all of this outrage really just plays into the favour of the creators of the advert. But I'll talk about that more a little bit later. I really want you to try and see this from the perspective of the people who put this out. Now, this is from, I believe it's proteinworld.com. So it's a website that they sell supplements. Okay, try and see it from their perspective instead of always seeing it from a consumer face-on perspective. Okay, try to see it from a business perspective, and I'll explain a bit more. They're trying to think of an advert that will increase the sales of their product. Our world is full of advertising. There are billboards, especially in London. There are billboards everywhere you look, on TV, on your phone, every single place you look. So the hardest part is to try and stand out from the clutter of all the other advertising. And take one good look at this advert. Do you think that they are standing out? Fuck yes, they are. Now, the proteinworld.com, they are fully aware of how explicit and controversial the message is. They know that's why they put it up there. Okay, they want to grab as much attention as possible. I want to move on to the product. You can see down here, proteinworld.com is a supplement, just like a supplement store. Really nothing special. This product is a weight loss collection. I'm going to start off by saying the product is complete bullshit. You cannot get a body like the actress in this advert by using any supplements. I promise you cannot look like that with supplements alone. The supplements are the extra 1-2% that you can add onto the bulk of what you're doing. The actress herself is called, she's a model, not actress, I apologize. The model herself is Renee Summerfield. And in an interview, she said, I quote, "I work very hard and live a healthy and active lifestyle, which is why the company chose me for their campaign. I couldn't work every day as a full-time model by starving myself, dieting, or not looking after my body." End quote. The reason I'm giving you that is because the way she managed to look like that is because this is a lifestyle for her, and she eats healthy, and she hits the gym, she lifts weights, she actually does weightlifting. That's how you get a body like that. The product is, to put the product next to that body is just nonsense. That supplement will not get you that body. You don't need the supplement to get that body at all. Just thought I'd point that out. I want to quickly point out that there is actually a problem with having adverts like this in public. A lot of people say that anybody that has a problem with this advert is overly sensitive and they need to, just suck it up. It's just an advert and it doesn't matter. Now, I'm actually going to contest that. We need to start with the basics. Our brains are evolved to live in a society about 20,000 years ago in hunter-gatherer tribes that we used to live in. Social comparison theory states that we are always comparing ourselves to other people that we see around us. We do something called social pinging, and what this does is that the second you see somebody, another human being, you will quickly socially ping, to see where you are in relation to them. You need a marker to compare yourself to where you are in the tribe that our brains are evolved to be in. Now, the problem is, our subconscious brains can't actually tell the difference between this image of this woman and a real life human being. Sure, your conscious brain knows that this is a photo. The problem is your subconscious brain doesn't work with rationality and logic. It simply works with stimulus that you have in the environment. If you are a woman and you see an image of a woman like this, your brain is going to social ping off the image instantly before you can stop yourself. If you're a woman, before you can stop yourself doing it, instantly you will make a quick comparison between yourself and the image you see. on a subconscious level. Almost every single woman that sees this image, the comparison is going to be a negative one. First of all, they've selected this model because she's exceptional and she does this for a living. So based on that alone, 99% of women that see the advert are not going to be able to match up. Simply for two reasons. One, her genetics, which are very good in terms of attractiveness, and number two, the fact that she actually does this as a lifestyle, so she has all the time in the world to go to the gym and eat good nutritious foods and things like that. Now, and many women can never have this body. Genetics have made it so their body shape simply will never look like this. Now, every woman can hit the gym and they can look pretty good. To be honest, woman is capable of looking pretty good no matter their genetics. Even if they're naturally quite big, they can hit the gym and still have quite a nice figure. But many of them will never be able to actually achieve the same look as the woman on the advert. So they are, people say, well, they should just put the effort in and you can get this body if you want, so stop complaining. But that's not true, because genetics mean that you can't actually do that. Now, every time that a woman sees this advert, her subconscious brain will socially ping against the image. And every single time that happens, she's going to feel a little worse because she feels like she's below somebody else in her tribe. Okay, her subconscious brain, like I said, which has evolved to live in tribes of 150 people around 20,000 years ago, will feel like they are lower status than another member of their tribe. Now, you imagine if you're a woman and you see images like this everywhere, all day, every day of your life since you were born, on your phone, on the TV, movie screens, on billboards like this one, every single day. All of the women that you see, because they're chosen to be the best looking, because advertisers want to sell their product properly, every day you're getting this negative psychological effect by comparing yourself to someone, and on top of that, the image has been photoshopped and retouched beyond perfection. Stuart Hall, who is a media theorist, had the theory of encoding and decoding. So the encoding is what the creators of the advert, the message they wanted to send to the public. The decoding is how the public actually consume the message. Now, the way that people decode a piece of media depends on their background, on their life, and their experiences. This advert is going to be decoded by everyone a bit differently. People who are physically pretty good, pretty fit, pretty good looking, quite attractive, will probably decode this advert as inspiration, because this is something that is achievable for them and something that they may actually be able to achieve. So for them, this is inspiration. For those women who are not in good shape, whether that's to do with genetics or laziness, no matter what the reason for their bad physical condition, they are going to decode this very differently to somebody who is in good physical shape. They're going to decode this as a psychological attack, and also something that's unrealistic and is just a nuisance to them and just makes them feel bad every day. So I can understand why a number of women would want to graffiti the advert. However, this is a terrible idea, to go and graffiti an advert that you don't like this. I'll tell you why. What happened in this particular instance is women graffitied the advert. Then it became a national news story for a few days. The advert got exposed to way more people than the company paid to see the advert. The company, ProteinWorld.com, they paid just to have billboards put up in the underground. The advert got way more attention than they paid to have, if you can see what I'm saying, because it became a national news story and it got spread around social media to millions of people. Their product got way more sales, more traffic, as people wanted to check out the product when they saw the advert. It goes up, because although many of these women who were graffitiing the advert thought that they were going to shame the advert, what they don't realize is that not everybody is going to decode the advert the same way they did. They don't understand that not everybody thinks the same way as them, and for many people, this advert is not offensive, it's inspirational. So, because the advert got lots of attention, many women who would then decode the advert as inspirational would see it, who otherwise wouldn't have done. And then they end up on the Protein World website, and many of them end up buying a product. And the PR team at proteinworld.com, who are well aware of the fact that this so-called negative coverage is increasing their sales dramatically, rather than try to sort of deny anything, they played into it and actually took a firm stance against the protesters. And the sort of obnoxious way they responded on Twitter just fed even more into the hype and the extra coverage of the advert. So it was a really smart PR move on their part to do this. So the moral of the story is, if you want to protest an advert, don't draw attention to the advert. That's the worst possible thing you can do. You're just helping them make more sales. Thanks for watching this, and if you want to see more content like this, obviously go and subscribe and like the video. Until next time.